Hi, I'm Perry Atkinson, General Manager here at theDove. Hey, check out our other videos and check out our website at thedove.us. Okay, we're back and delighted to have in the studio with us today Rachelle Benthin. She is the president and founder of Hope and Future Ministries. In fact, you may want to jot that down, hopeandfutureministries.com. And serving as a chaplain to incarcerated women in the local Jackson County Jail, plus the Oregon State prison system. And she's brought with her today a very special guest. Kirsten Hefner is with us as well. So, Rachelle, nice to have you.
Thank you.
Your own testimony is pretty fascinating. Can you give it to us in the Reader's Digest version?
Yeah, you bet I can. Well, God brought me out of a life of alcohol, drugs, and prison and jails.
Wow.
I founded Hope and Future Ministries because of what I went through in my own life. For a period of about 10 years, I was out there on the streets, lower than anybody would ever want to be. God delivered me in my jail cell 14 years ago, and He gave me the promise of Jeremiah 29:11. I went to a church service there in the jail, and the lady that came in gave me Jeremiah 29:11, and He placed a dream in my heart and gave me hope for my future.
Wow.
And from there, I went to the Women's Mission, and I did their discipleship program, and that was a year-long program, and then she hired me on a staff, and I just recently left the Women's Mission to do Hope and a Future full-time. I left as the associate director.
Wow.
And so that's how Hope and a Future was founded. It became a nonprofit in 2007. And God has just been really growing it and
well, you're the
developing
fulfillment
it.
of something I say. I have been saying it for years on the air. Whatever God saves you from or brings you through, He usually turns you around, makes you a minister to.
Absolutely.
And that's what you do. So today you are ministering in Jackson County and in Oregon State Prison. And how often do you in those facilities?
Well, I go to the prison as often as I can because the prison it's in Wilsonville, and that's where all the women are housed. So I go up as often as I can. I meet with ladies for group visits or one-on-one, and I help them transition back into the community safely.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, introduce Kirsten to us.
Okay, this is Kirsten.
Hi, Kirsten.
And Kirsten is currently staying at the Freedom House.
Ah.
And she's been out about 2 months, and she's just been a blessing to have. It's been an honor and a privilege to help her transition back into the community.
Tell us your story.
Well, in 2006, my marriage fell apart, and I lost my mind, and this is kind of tough to talk about, but I conspired with my cousin to have my ex-husband murdered, and only by the grace of God was he not, because he's an amazing father to my children. So I went to prison for 7.5 years for conspiracy to commit murder. And while in the Josephine County Jail, some people started talking to me about having a relationship with Jesus. And I had taken my kids to Sunday school just because I thought that's what I was supposed to do. But I didn't understand the relationship. And so they really helped with that. And then when I went to prison, I went to church, but I was really angry still.
Yeah.
I didn't understand Measure 11. I didn't understand. I'd never been in trouble before. I didn't really grasp the whole enormity
so tell
of
us,
it.
You meet Christ in prison then?
Yes.
Okay. And then you got out just past April.
Yes, April 1st.
Now, you ministered to her, obviously, while in there. And tell her transition story.
Well, we assigned Kirsten a mentor. She found out about us through the brochures that were in the prison, and her counselor actually contacted me, the counselor within the prison. We assigned her a mentor, and then her mentor started writing her, and we started connecting with her, and I met with her within the prison. And I got to pick her up when she got released from the prison. It was just an honor and a privilege to get to do that right out of the gate. We like to get them right out of the gate. And, you know, just the simple things that we take for granted,
Right.
like going to the grocery store, you know, hearing a phone ring, holding money. She hadn't held money in 7.5 years.
Wow. What an experience.
And she was in the prison with her counselor, and the counselor had pulled up the Freedom House on the web, and they were viewing the Freedom House. And Kirsten said, "That house needs me." She goes, "I want to plant flowers." And so when she got out, we went and bought flowers. And I said, "Well, do you want some gloves?" And she said, "No, I want to get my hands in the dirt."
Wow.
She hadn't seen dirt in 7.5 years because it's all sand. And so she's just grown tremendously. She's been easy to disciple. She has such a heart for the Lord, and she's just growing quickly.
Kristen, what do you think that God's telling you now?
Just to listen to him. I have a tendency to try to be more driven instead of guided. And I am just really taking things slowly and listening to him and doing what he wants me to do.
So you're at the Hope House,
Or
or the
no,
Freedom
Freedom
House, excuse
House.
me, which is an incredible ministry and outreach, and you've only been there a couple months, so you're still in transition. I don't know, the whole prison jail experience, in a nutshell, it forever changed you, obviously. Right?
Oh yes, for the better, though.
Yeah.
I believe that it was so that I would have time with the Lord, that he was like, "Okay, sit down, girlfriend, you're going to spend some time with me." And I know now where my strength comes from, that I don't have to depend on a man or any person. And if when trials come in life, that I can just cry out to God and he's going to get me through them.
Do you feel like you're going to want to work in this ministry someday yourself?
Oh, absolutely. I start school in September at PBC, Pacific Bible College.
Really?
I'm got all enrolled, and I know that my testimony can help people.
Yeah.
And my ultimate goal is to become some kind of family counselor.
That's wonderful. All right, so Rachelle, what do people do if they want to get involved with you? Or, do you need help, and what's some of your needs there?
Well, the greatest need, of course, is prayer. We need lots of prayer and financial, just to meet the day-to-day needs within the home.
Okay, so they get a hold of you through hopeandfutureministries.com.
Yes.
And you can learn out. And I know a lot of people are called to prison and jail ministries. I know people who are doing this on a regular basis. It's life-changing.
Yeah.
It really is life-changing. But you obviously need some support in that area, and so I would encourage you to go to hopeandfutureministries.com. You can look up Rachelle there and get involved. And you're primarily dealing with incarcerated women, though, right?
Yeah, we work with incarcerated women.
Okay. And how big of a need is that?
Huge. Because they won't make it, you know, as they transition out of prison. Most of them don't have family, they don't have anywhere to live. We pick them up out of the bus station, and sometimes they just have a sweat outfit and a little box, you know, and then they're expected to walk to the PO's office or wherever their housing is. And so we pick them up right off the bus depot, and we take them to their housing and to their POs, and so it's very important. And plus, you know, we don't get just the ladies, we get their families too. Right. You know, Kirsten has children that God is putting back into her life, and so we work with them as well.
Wow. I only got about a minute left, but Kristen, how's that going? You reconnecting with your children, how's that going for you?
It's a slow process.
How old are they now?
My kids are 16, 15, 13, 9, and 8. And I have reconnected with my oldest daughter, and I see her pretty regularly. The other ones, it's a slower process. They're with my ex-husband, and so that's we're just praying for that door to be opened, and the Lord knows when that time is.
You're comfortable with that?
Yeah. I'm all right with it.
We'll have our timetables, and then there are his timetables.
That's absolutely right.
All right, let me, just out of time here, but hopeandafutureministries.com. Look up Rachelle and do what you can, you feel led to do, to get involved in helping them with time and effort and resources as well. Thanks for coming in, both of you. Appreciate you. Best to you, okay? God bless you both. We'll see you next time on Focus Today.